So the mystery of the Eucharist, is the mystical experience of the Eucharist is becoming Eucharistic. And then the ultimate realization of the Eucharistical mystery is to be so hungry for Jesus that we almost feel like we're fainting when we don't take communion. You see people that, when you see somebody that hasn't eaten for 3 or 4 days, you know that person is feeling weak, really weak, and they might faint. Some people could even die. So have you ever felt like that when you don't take communion for a week or so? You feel so weak, you feel you're going to faint? Maybe not. Because maybe the Eucharist is not yet your main food. Because maybe the main food you have is yourself. You eat in self-love. You're so full of yourself, you're still not hungry for Jesus. So we have to turn things around. We have to become hungry for Jesus and not hungry for self. So begin to eat Him and stop eating you. Because you are poison. If you eat yourself, you're going to die of the greatest indigestion. But if you eat Jesus, you're going to live forever. And that's what the Eucharist is all about. The Eucharist is to eat the Lord that gives you life. And stop eating yourself. So, we are always in a danger. And the danger is to be so much of self that we are so big that we eat ourselves and feed ourselves and live from self. Self is our food. Self. That's the worst thing you can do. Imagine what it does to you when you just nourishing yourself with your own thoughts, with your own ideas, with your own illusions, with your own fears, with your own desperation, and all of those things is your food. That's your food. All your thoughts, everything. That's what feeds you. Nothing else feeds you. You hardly have time to listen to anybody or to anything. You can't wait to talk and say and drop everything you have inside because it's all about you. That's what you have to stop doing. You have to stop all of that and become all about Him. All about Him. And then the whole misery stops. Then you'll be free. At last. You become a true Christian and Christ begins to grow in you. And you will be free, simple, humble, basic, elemental. You will fulfill what you were created for. That is the truth. So, we summarize the mystical experience of the Eucharist. I could talk about that for months. Because this is something that is never ending. I tell you, what the Lord showed me and what I experienced with the Mass is something that I could talk about. I can write 2,700 books, one after the other. It's never ending. The Eucharist is everything. The Eucharist is creation. The Eucharist is all of us. The Eucharist is God, the Trinity. The Eucharist is heaven. The Eucharist is everything, everything. It's amazing how large it is. It's everything. It's the greatest mystery. So when you go to Mass, remember where you are. You have to remember. When you walk into the temple, remember what you are and how important you are for the militia of God. You are a soldier, and through you, the Lord will just perform the most amazing miracles. Through you, if you are a faithful soldier. God loves faithfulness because He is the faithful one. So He understands faithfulness. You know, if you are faithful to the Lord, He's going to use your faithfulness to save a lot of souls, to heal a lot of souls, to do things that you cannot even imagine how big they are.